What's up, NeoBrand fans? It's Bryant Cook, and tonight we're playing NeoBrand, obviously. So I'd like to start this video off by thanking our newest member of the Combo Cabal, which is the top tier here at the Epic Storm, Richard Fisher. Richard, thank you for your support. I greatly appreciate it. Richard is cashing in their free donation deck, which is a perk of that tier, to see NeoBrand because they're preparing for an upcoming 3K and they just want to see more of the deck in action. So this is the current list that I'm recommending. It's a little bit different from the last video. I actually tried to record the same deck list as the last video last night, but I learned a lot of things over the course of that league, and then I played a second league after that with some of these changes. I learned a little bit more. I went 4-1, and now today we're trying out this list. So last night in the same deck list as previously, so there was no Serum powders, and we had Endurance in the board. I faced Living End 3 times out of 5 matches, and I got my butt kicked. But halfway through that league, I started making a change. I quit boarding in Endurance, because what matters in that matchup isn't stopping the opponent, it's making sure your spells resolve. They have Subtlety and Force and Negation, and you're sitting there with Endurance in hand. It's pretty embarrassing. So I've switched it up. In that matchup, I board in Leyline of Sanctity, and then I board in Pact and Negation. You don't actually have room for boarding in Veil of Summer as well. Veil of Summer is more for the black decks, so that way you can board in Leyline plus Veil of Summer and protect your combo. I don't think you want all of these against the control decks. So that was one of the first changes. No Endurance, plus, I guess it's not really plus it's a different plan. That's what we're going for. And with the Endurances leaving, it opened up 3 sideboard slots. So the first one was Slaughter Pact. I think you do want a second removal spell against Hate Bearer stacks. I could be wrong, but at least for now, this is what I'm trying. And then the 2 copies of Veils. These are flex spots. If there's something else you really want to play, go for it. You don't have to play the Veils, but I do think they're a nice touch. In the main deck, there's 2 changes. The first being Serum Powder over Abundant Harvest. Abundant Harvest is not a consistent card. It guarantees you a land, but otherwise it's really stinky. And I'd rather just leverage the London Mulligan better. And then with Serum Powder, the London Mulligan gets even better. A lot of you in the comment section of my previous video said, Bryant, why don't you mulligan to hands that have both Neoform and Rider? The math doesn't support that, fun fact. So you have 8 copies of each effect. Between Neoform and Evolution, there's 8. And then with Rider and Summoner's Pact, wherever it is, here we go, you have 8. Your odds of having both and mana and green cards to pitch, the more you mulligan gets worse. So with Serum Powder, you're able to be a little bit more liberal with your mulligans and, you know, keep better hands. So that's what we're looking to do there. The second change is the return to Heritage Druid. So this is something I tried not to do. When I went 4-1 in the league last night, my loss was because I wasn't playing this card. My opponent ended up playing a Timely Teferi, which shut off my offers, and it was really, really punishing. And normally that wouldn't be an issue, but I had Serum powdered away in Mox Amber, and that's what did it. So I think Heritage Druid is a nice backup plan for Teferi, just because of the offers don't work there. I'd like to be playing 4 offer, but I think you likely want 1 Heritage Druid. And if you missed the first video, Heritage Druid taps our Allosaurus Riders for triple green, and then you cast Thrasta into Fortifying Draft and win the game. So Heritage Druid does it all, but if you don't have the Druid, or if you exile Druid to Serum Powder, you do have offers. So you get a little bit of redundancy, which is really what we want anyway. Moving on, we have Foundation Breaker on the board. This is actually some tech from the Legacy video that I published, because I really like the fact that you can search for it with Summoner's Pact, and Wilt was always a little bit underwhelming, but the fact that this is just a silver bullet that we can find is just beautiful. I'm also a really big fan of Beseiju because its floor of being a land has been really, really good to me, where the floor of Wilt is 2 mana to cash it in, which obviously isn't great. So this is the list I'm playing tonight. I hope you like it. If you have any thoughts, questions, suggestions, whatever, put those down below. I'll do my best to answer everything. I mean, I do anyway, but thank you for watching. I do appreciate it, and I will see you in the first match. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. That said, there's no better way of showing your support than becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks, and we get to keep making combo content. The perks get better and better each level you go up. They also stack. To start off, with our Storm Fan tier, you unlock our private members section of our Discord, which comes with a highlighted user profile and then some awesome badges and emotes for YouTube. Looking for sideboard help? Become a Stormtrooper, our middle tier, for 2 sideboard guides of your deck choice every single month, on top of 50% off donation decks. Did we mention you also get 10% off merchandise from our shop? With our top tier, the Combo Cabal, you get a free donation deck every single month, 15% off merchandise from our shop, early access to private deck lists, and the most valuable perk in my opinion, videos early. That's right, you heard it, early access to all videos. But maybe sweet perk, secret deck list, early access to videos isn't for you, but you'd still like to show your appreciation. Make sure to check out theepicstorm.com/shop for card singles and Storm swag. Please don't forget to use your membership discounts. Finally, if you want to see your combo deck here on this very YouTube channel, make sure to visit theepicstorm.com/donation decks, where all you have to do is attach your TXT file and pick a donation tier. With our Epic tier, you can even join me in a video to showcase your bold brew in person and explain the ins and outs of your strategy. Card availability won't be an issue due to our new sponsor, Card Hoarder. With Card Hoarder, renting is super easy. If you're looking to get into Magic Online, there isn't a better, more affordable solution than Card Hoarder. Fun fact, you can rent the Epic Storm for 7 tickets a week, which is just a great deal. There are many ways you can support us. Just pick whatever is best for you. In the meantime, let's play some Magic. Match number 1, we're on the play. Let's get it. So we've opened up the Griselbrand that we don't want. There's a Chancellor. We have the Serum Powder, brand new card. I think we can ship this, and thanks to having 2 Griselbrands, we're able to remove 1 with the powder. This hand doesn't have a Neoform or a Rider, so it's just not very desirable. It is a little bit of a bummer we're pitching the 1 of Wurm, but we'll live. So 7 new cards. Look at that. We have Neoform and we have Rider. Keep. Okay, we're on the play. We're just going to play a turn 1 Drum and pass the turn. Inspiring Vantage, Memnite. Okay, so it looks like red hammer time. Play the Rider, pitching these 2. I want to keep the Thrasta for Nourishing Shoal, because we did exile the Wurm. And there's our demon. Draw. I am going to try very hard this game to not play the Summoner's Pact, because I don't want to risk dying. I mean, that's pretty much it. So we'll go to 6. Pitch Thrasta, which will bring me up to 18. Draw. And draw again. Now I'm at 4. Play another Drum. There's the Druid. Okay, so let's exile some cards. Play a few Elves. Looks like I have to go get the Rider, so let's go do that. I'm winning this turn anyway, it's fine. So grab a Rider. Pitch Neoform and this Turn Timber. Oh, I guess I already had one in hand, I just missed it. Tap for a green. Play Druid. Green, green, green. Summoner's Pact. Go get Thrasta. Summoner's Pact. Go get the Chancellor. Exile Chancellor. Let's gain 7. Play Thrasta. Shoal pitching Neoform. Draft. A number of you have corrected me in my videos, I'm sorry. Draft, and then attack with a big angry dinosaur. So Serum Powder looked pretty good here, right? Added some consistency. The thing that everyone talks poorly about this deck is great, but everyone's always like, the deck's inconsistent. I think Serum Powder does fix a little bit of that, as you just saw. But enough of that. Let's just head on over to game number 2. Red Death and, or I'm sorry, not Death and Taxes, Red Hammer Time. So we could probably take out the Pacta Negation, and we're interested in things like Boseiju here and Foundation Breaker. So that brings us up to 63. I think you can actually just board out offers when you have Heritage Druid. Yes, it becomes a little bit dicey if you exile it to Powder, but just don't do that. Or you can just put Griselbrand into play and untap the following turn. Obviously, it's not as good. But I don't think Offer is amazing in this matchup. Alternatively, you could probably board out a few copies of Powder if you really wanted to. You could like keep in 2 Offers and 2 Powder, or you could just not board in 4 Answers. Those are all considerations, but I'm just going to submit this. Okay, so we've opened up a Powder. We have the Rider. The only thing we're missing is the Neoform effect. Is this hand good enough? Part of me thinks that with the Powder, we could probably try to be a little bit more aggressive. I don't know. All right, I'm going to try the Powder Mulligan. Very good hand. Wow. Keep. Okay, so we're looking at a turn 2 here. Arid Mesa. Plains into Sentinel. Draw. I think we just play the Boseiju. Pass. Drum. 2 mana. You have a Stone Forge. Caldra. Okay. Draw. So I'm going to cast Summoner's Pact. Our opponent will get to draw a card. We'll go get a Rider. Cast Rider. Pitch. Evolution and Foundation Breaker. It seems a little bit odd, but I want to keep the Turn Timber in case I need something to pitch to a Shoal. Alright, sack the Rider. Grab Gristle. And it's worth noting that we have 7 cards removed that aren't good here. So I can activate again, but I have to hit the Shoal in order to win. I've already committed a Summoner's Pact, so I'm dead if I pass the turn. So I'm going to thin here and just hope for the best. Do I get the Worm in case I hit Shoal, or do I just get a Rider? I think I'm supposed to get the Worm, because you need too many perfect draws off this draw 7 for the Rider to matter. And I hit Shoals, okay. So now I can draw some more cards. 20 cards left in deck. Shoal pitching Throsta. Let's Summoner's Pact again. Okay. I have not hit a Mox Opal. I'm sorry, Mox Amber, which is what I need. There's 1 in exile. I have to hit it off this next draw 7 or else I fizzle. Alright. Please don't be in the bottom 5. It's in the bottom 5. Oh no. Oh, geez. We just died. We just died. Yeah, I can't do anything. Yikes. Looks like we're going to game 3. That's a bummer. I wonder if I messed that up. So it might not be obvious, but the reason I asked that is I thinned with Summoner's Pact, and I went and got Autochthon Wurm. And then I thinned again with Summoner's Pact later on. And that could have been 7 cards. So I think this game might have been my own fault. I should have looked at my deck count and realized that it was a divisible of 7. So that the fault here goes to me. Like, that was all me. All right, so we're on the play for game 3. Yeah, we're keeping this. Sanctum pass. And the reason that I had to concede last game, or I could have died, but the reason that I lost the game was that I played a Summoner's Pact. This hand doesn't have a Summoner's Pact, so even if for some reason I fizzle, I'm not dead. There's Gristle, but we play 2 of them. So we can pitch Neoform and Thrasta. And then cast Neoform. Grab the demon. Draw. Draw again. So if I pitch Thrust, I'll have 1 more to win with. I didn't board 1 out, right? I just want to make sure. I did not board 1 out. Okay. Pitch Thrusta. Draw. Right now our deck is not a divisible of 7. I can actually thin it 2 cards and then it would be. So let's do that now. Grab the Heritage Druid. And grab Rider. Okay, draw. 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 Whoops, cancel. Let's find 1 more Nourishing Shoal in here. Cancel. Come on, deck. Or hand. There we go. Okay. Just pitch this Turn Timber. Draw to 0 cards. So admittedly, that is a weakness in my play, is that I often don't pay attention to how my deck is constructed. And by that, I mean if it's a divisible of 7 or not. And I need to get better at that. It's happened to me a few times recently. All right, so let's play the drum. Tap the drum for green. Let's play a Rider, pitch, Foundation Breaker, and Evolution. Rider, Evolution, Pact, Druid, tap, tap, tap. Shoal, pitch, Chancellor, Big Angry Dinosaur, make the dinosaur even angrier, and get in there. Okay. Trample. Well, that'll do. That's all I've got. I'll see you in the next one. If you haven't joined them already, I would recommend opening up our description down below and joining our 7 social media networks. They're each great in their own way, but I would strongly suggest joining our Discord server. In there, you will find others just like you looking to improve their Storm game and grow as a combo community. If you're a member of our YouTube channel, you should sync your account to Discord to unlock our private member section that has the latest and greatest deck lists, concepts, and much, much more. Let's get back to comboing out. Round 2 on the play. So we have Rider, we have Neoform, no lands. It's a shame that we didn't have 1 land because then Offer could counter our Pact and it would be an easy win. The question is, do we powder mulligan or do we take a normal one? I'm gonna powder mulligan, I think. Going to mulligan this to 6. All right, so we can powder mulligan here, but we'll go down to 2 shoals in our deck. And I can actually bottom the Heritage Druid so that won't be exiled. Or I can bottom the shoal. It's actually a tough choice. So if I bottom the shoal, I'm saying that I am willing to, or I have to pass the turn realistically to win, because both offers will also be gone. But I feel like it's going to be really tough to win with only 2 shoals. I think I'd rather have the druid. I don't know why, but here we are. Triple Chancellor is not the best. I mean, it's 2 lands with access to Rider. I don't see a 5 being better, so... You know what? Screw it, because this hand is essentially a 2-card hand with Triple Chancellor anyway. Alright, so this is a 5. Obviously, it's not the best, but I think it's okay enough. And I think I might actually keep the Chancellor just as a green card to pitch. Alright, so it's a 5. It's not the best, but we're going to try to make do. Tyrant of Souls. Humans, okay. Noble Hierarch. Draw. Okay, we're just going to play Gemstone and pass. If you play out the turn Timber, you don't have a green card to pitch next turn. So, I don't know. Another Cavern, so now they can play a Hate Bear. Meddling Mage. Neoform. Okay, well, we don't have Neoform. But the actual name there is Allosaurus Rider. Draw. Okay, so... I mean, we have to go for it, right? So we'll put Griselbrand onto the table. Activate. And we get 1 more activation here. Draw 7. We hit both shoals that were remaining. Okay, so we can pitch Throsta. Gets me up to 14. So that gives me 1 more activation here. 17 cards left in deck. Really wish I had another Throsta or a Summoner's Pack, because then I could at least go get the Autochthon Wurm, because that gives me 2 activations. Here I only get 1 activation if I pitch. I just have to exile this guy, the Chancellor. Alright. 1 activation. Did I hit it? I did. Alright, we got lucky. Okay, Drum. Rider, pitch some cards that don't matter. Rider, pitch a couple Neoforms. Can't cast them anyway. Why not? Let's cast this Pact. Green, tap. Druid. Green, green, green. Dino. Fortifying Draft. 28 is still enough. We got there with only 2 copies of Nourishing Shoal. Wow. Good deal. I'll take it. So, definitely interested in Slaughter Pact. I don't think we need Pact Negation. So the question becomes, do I want something like Foundation Breaker for a possible Grafdigger's Cage out of their board? And I think the answer is probably yes. So that's 62. We can shave 1 offer. And maybe 1 Chancellor. Let's try this. I know that shaving a Chancellor reduces my odds of opening up a turn 1, but they're often not great. So we technically have an answer, and I have an answer, or I have a path to Rider. I guess my problem here is that I'm lacking green cards. So even if I get Rider, I'm a green card short and I don't have Neoform. I'm going to powder mulligan. So this is a turn 1 if I draw one of our 8 Neoform effects. Let's try it. Opponent goes to 5. Autochthon Wurm is exiled. So is 1 Springleaf Drum. And if we don't draw it, we can always just hardcast Serum Powder on the first turn, right? Alright, Cavern of Souls. Name's human. Champion of the Parish. Come on. Draw. Boo. Boo. Alright. Pass the turn. Oh, maybe I was supposed to play Rider there. That was a mistake on my... I was supposed to play the Rider. Because now a Meddling Mage on Rider is actually kind of bad. Thalia. Okay. So I'll take 2. I go to 18. Draw. Alright, let's play this out. Pass the turn. 2 mana. Thalia's Lieutenant, so they're going beatdown. I'm running out of time. Okay. One of the nice things, though, is that I don't necessarily need to combo if I can just get Griselbrand in play. That doesn't help me here. Just have to pass. I think I might actually just be dead. Maybe I should have powder mulliganed that second hand? I don't know. Magus of the Moon. Alright, I'm dead. We can go to the next one. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to just powder mulligan the second hand too. Just say screw it. I know I'm exiling a Rider, but I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of the offers, I think. So it's 59. Let's try this. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, on the play for game 3. I don't think we can keep that. Jeez. So I can powder mulligan and bottom 1 Rider. Guess we try that. So this is going to be for 6. It's not good. Let's go to 5. I think this is decent, so we'll keep. Bottom this, bottom this. Then we just have to draw Summoner's Pact or a Rider. Alright, Sanctum pass. Cavern of Souls. Green. Very Noble Hierarch. Come on, Doc, give me a Rider. Please. Ding! Whoops. Alright, exile. Exile. Blue. Green. Neoform! Get that demon. So in exile we have no combo pieces other than 1 Throsta. So we have 2 Throsta in our deck. Let's go. Play out the Amber. Draw 7 more down to 5. Okay. So I can pitch the Worm. Gain 15. Draw. We have 1 Rider in exile and 1 in the graveyard, so we can still win with the Heritage Druid. Just want to point that out. Alright, let's draw 7. There's the Druid. We have Thrusta and Drought. Or Draft, I'm sorry. I can't help myself. I think we just try to win. Go get Rider. Summoner's Pact. Go get Rider. Let's pitch this Chancellor. Draw 7. Pitch. Draw 7. Add a green. Play Amber. Just for good measure, let's get this Noble Hierarch out of there. Okay, Rider. Rider pitching Chancellor. And some other card, Summoner's Pact. Druid. Green, green, green. And you always want to play Druid last. I know that this is going to sound silly, but your opponent, it's within the realm of possibility that they have Gut Shot somewhere in their deck. It is a modern legal card. So just don't allow yourself to lose to Gut Shot. Pitch this because I can. Make it even bigger. 83 Angry Dinosaur. Get in. And just like that, on a mulligan to 5, where we got to mulligan aggressively because of Powder, look at us now. I hope you're proud, Mom. Alright, 2-0, 3 rounds left to go. Playing your favorite combo deck in Paper just got so much easier with the Epic Storm Mini Token Pack. You can pick one up at theepicstorm.com/shop for $13. It includes 64 double-sided mini tokens. That's 128 tokens total. And they include 10 black, 10 blue, 10 red, 5 green, 5 white, 3 colorless, 20 storm counters. That means that you can count your way all the way up to 20 for Grape Shot, everyone's favorite storm win condition, a Galvanic Relay Exile Indicator, 4 treasure tokens for Strike It Rich, and then 10 monk tokens for our vintage friends. It also has Slime Time Live, 8th Progenitor Ooze tokens with the power and toughness already built in to make playing in Paper so much easier. No fumbling around with dice. We've got you covered. Make sure to go grab those if you're playing Modern. And then Squirrels versus Goblins, Chatterstorm versus Empty the Warrens, the Battle of the Ages. You definitely need 20 Squirrel tokens and 20 Goblin tokens. You're going to love this mini token pack, I promise. And once again, you can grab that at theepicstorm.com/shop. All right, time for the third match. We're on the play with NeoBrand. Gigantha. So we have a Rider, we have Summoner's Pact for a backup Rider, we have Evolution. So if this Evolution was a Neoform, this is actually a turn 1, but it's not. We'll keep it anyway. No need to show our opponent the Chancellor. We're just going to play the pool and pass. We will need to draw a third mana source for the Evolution. Citadel. Okay, so Affinity. Draw. Not the third mana source we need. You have to just pass here. Saga, that raises some concern because in 3 turns that can get Needle. Plating. Memnite. Memnite. Okay. Draw. That's not good. Have to pass. We just need land 3. Land 3 or even another Rider or Summoner's Pact, because then I could pact for Heritage Druid and that could get us up to the 3rd mana. Alright, so they're getting in there and then they left all their mana untapped, likely just for an Urza Saga activation. Draw. And I missed. I think I'm just going to play Rider. I have to pass the turn, unfortunately. Okay, so they have a huge construct. Tapping their Saga, so they're not making another construct. So Needle here is really bad for me. Let's see if they grab it. Spellbomb, okay. Honestly, that could have been worse. So it's fine. Okay. It's a lot of artifacts. You got it. Oh, I'm just dead. Ah, okay. Yeah. I didn't realize it, but yeah, I was just super dead. So here's the land. Nope, no land. That's a little disappointing. We definitely want Foundation Breaker, probably Beseiju. I don't know if we want Pact. Like, we saw some blue lands out of our opponent, but I don't know if that means we necessarily want these. Once again, I think I'm going to board out offers. Like, they're nice to have. They're not a requirement when you have the Heritage Druid. But we're still 4 over at the moment. So I don't think I need the packs. And that brings me down to 61. I think I'm going to board out Chancellor 3. Or Chancellor 4. Let's try this. On the play for game number 2. So we have double Chancellor, but unfortunately, this hand just doesn't do anything. We have access to Rider, but I think you just have to ship this. Both Griselbrands, that's an easy mulligan. So this is a 6-card hand. No mana, so we're going to be going to 5. Alright, going to 5. This hand is not good. I've never gone to 4 with this deck, but I have a feeling that 4s don't win the game. So if I was to keep this as a 5, you bottom Chancellor and turn Timber Symbiosis, and just like look to draw well, I'm gonna go to 4. All right. It's not going to be pretty, but we're gonna keep this. All right. So Mox goes on the bottom. Griselbrand, Symbiosis. Like I said, not pretty. All right. Turn 1 Saga. Draw. Maybe just play the Grove and pass. Saga's a big issue just because it gets Needle. Damping Sphere. Okay. Draw. Guess we play our land. Pass. Saga. I mean, even if I can just get a big demon in a play, I'd be okay with that. We don't have to combo kill. They pick Ornithopter. Okay. It's interesting. So I think that means that they must have a counter spell in hand. I'm going to draw a card. Evolution number 3, okay. So I can blow up the Damping Sphere, or I can just get rid of the drum. I'm going to attempt to Foundation Breaker here. Here comes the counter spell. Surprise, surprise. Alright, pass the turn. Cranial Plating. Yep, draw. I think I should actually save this Beseiju. I might want to blow up the plating. Thoughtcast. Okay. Blow up the plating. I just need to buy time. Draw. Pass. Sigh. Okay, so I'll go to 16. Draw. Kill me, Smalls. Come on. Thought Monitor. Companion. I think they likely have me here. I just took way too long to ever draw anything. Yeah, unfortunately, we're now 2-1. Hey, you're still watching. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. If you're looking to make a purchase from Card Hoarder, TCG Player, or Amazon and are looking to support us, you can open up our description down below, and in there you will find our affiliate links. Those same links are found on the homepage of the Epic Storm. But that's not all. We've included a Card Hoarder button on our website that will load the Epic Storm in your Card Hoarder cart to make life simple for you. All right, time for the fourth match. We're on the draw. We have double offer, a powder. We do have a rider, but only one green card, no Neoform effect. I think we can afford to powder this. Okay, so this hand is only missing a rider. I think we keep this. Wish it didn't have the Griselbrand in it, but oh well. There's Ragavan. Draw. Okay, let's just play the drum. Pass the turn. We want to find a rider. That's what we're going for here. They hit an evolution. I didn't want that anyway. That's fine. Tap land. Relic. Okay. Rider. No! Ah. That's the first time I've drawn both that I can think of. That's a little disappointing. Okay, we're facing Obosh red. Don't need Pact to Negation. Foundation Breakers, Besajus, these are all good things. And I think we can just board all offers. Call it a day. What a bummer. Both Griselbrands. I guess I could have mulliganed my hand, my second 7, even though it had Neoform in it, just so that way I didn't have both Gristles. I thought about mulliganing it, but then I started thinking about how greedy that was considering how I just mulliganed to 4 because my hand was trash. That 7 was reasonable because you have 7 riders left in your deck. I did exile 1, but I don't know. All right, we have Neoform, we have access to Rider. I do need one more green card. I guess technically I boarded out my offers, so that's actually really awkward. Is this hand even good then? I think you're supposed to mulligan it. Okay, so we can bottom the Griselbrand, but then we have to draw running lands for the evolution. I think that's just where I'm at. Okay, Waterlogged Grove past the turn. Den of the Bugbear, draw. Not a land, pass. Cave, draw. Okay, so we're 1 land away now. Land 3. Pillage. I'm just going to draw a card. Good deal. Draw. Think I just have to pass here. Yep. Land number 4 for the opponent. Magus. I'm actually dead to Magus. Yep. So technically I have like 2 Springleaf Drums in my deck, but it's not realistic to ask to draw them. I guess even if I draw 1 though. Alright, I'm not out of this. I think we just pitch Thrasta for life here and then pass. I'm actually not out of this. Oh no, I can't Foundation Breaker a Magus, my bad. So I might actually be done. Alright, they picked up Obosh. Draw. Yeah, I forgot that I can't Foundation Breaker that. It's better than Blood Moon. There's like some world out there where I get triple green off of Heritage Druid and that could do it. but I'd have to draw Riders and then Summoner's Pact for the Druid and draw into the Drum. Just discard Chancellor. Okay. Yep, we're dead. Womp womp. I mean, I knew that our opponent's deck could have had Megas in it. I don't think you're supposed to board in Slaughter Pact. I could be wrong. We're 2-2. Obviously, that's not ideal after a hot start, but I don't know. This round felt a little bit unlucky. Like, I don't like blaming losses on luck, but obviously hitting the second Griselbrand wasn't great. And our hands this round weren't fantastic, but without the pillage, like if they had a different turn 3 play, we actually had to win that turn because I would have drawn the gemstone for 3 mana. So like this game was still, we had a possibility of winning, it just didn't happen. So it's a bummer. The first recorded league where I don't 4-1, not the end of the world. I'm just going to win the round 5 and we'll review at the end. If you're looking for more great Magic the Gathering content, definitely check out the Eternal Glory podcast. It is myself, Bryant Cook, alongside Brian Koval and Phil Gallagher. We primarily discuss Legacy. That said, a lot of what we talk about transcends all formats. We're available on all major podcast platforms. All right, round 5. I have Summoner's Pact with 2 cards. My problem with this is if I don't draw exactly Neoform, this hand doesn't really go anywhere, so I'm going to Powder Mulligan. Alright, once again, Griselbrand. Excuse me. I don't know. Like, it's the same thing where if I don't draw into exactly the Neoform, this hand doesn't do a whole lot. Am I supposed to keep this? I'm going to take a mulligan. Much better. So this is a 6. I think I'm just going to bottom the Worm. Actually, I want to think through this. So I'd be exiling Summoner's Pact Neoform. Or, yeah, to the Rider. So keep the Druid around. Yeah, it's Worm. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. So we're looking for land number 2. Polluted Delta. Watery Grave. Cookbook, okay. So a food variant. Draw. Did that do it? So Summoner's Pact, Counter Pact. I have to pitch the Druid, but I have 2 more offers in my deck. I think we go for it. Oh, cancel. Sorry. Summoner's Pact, hold priority, offer it. Okay, and now I play Rider. And Neoform. Go get Gristle. Okay. Activate. 31 cards. Play the Mox. Pitch Throsta. We only have 1 more Throsta in our deck left to win with. It's worth noting, and it's right here. Let's activate and draw 7. Go to 4. No Springleaf Drum. I can't pitch the Throsta. That's off the table. Alright, so I'm gonna Pact, go get the Worm. And then pitch Worm. So how many Summoner's Packs do I have left? 1, 2, so there's 2 packs. I'm hoping this first activation gives me 2 packs and then also creatures to search for, because then I could clear my deck. Okay. No packs. All right. I'm going to activate. We have 2 cards left. All right. So we can play this. Keep. Play the drum. Rider. Exile Evolutions. Those are fine. Rider. Neoforms. I'm going to cast Shoal pitching. Or, my bad. I can use Summoner's Pact. So cast Summoner's Pact, hold priority. Tap this for blue. Offer. Okay. So it looks like one of my bottom 2 cards is offer number 3. I was just clicking through to make sure that I didn't have another one. So we'll play the Thrasta. Tap this for green. And cast this pitching Chancellor, that's fine. Draft. And attack for 43. Alright, so that went well. Okay, so turn 1 win. And once again, Serum Powder helped us dig and keep more cards in hand. So it seems unimportant, but like Serum Powder provides a lot of quality. I know that we had a game where we mulliganed to 4. I don't know, maybe I was too aggressive that game and I could have kept one of those hands, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let's just focus on beating this cookbook deck. They're blue-black, so they likely have some number of Thoughtseize. So I think I want ley lines. Part of me also like wonders if I should be experimenting more often with just like boarding out Chancellors, because I think Chancellor is often the worst card in the deck, but I don't know if I'm actually allowed to do that. Like something like this, because then I get ley lines, I get powders, and I get to keep in offers. And then like we'll board in like 1 Foundation Breaker over Thrasta. Or offer number 3. Let's do that. So this is my first time ever boarding out a full playset of Chancellors. I don't know. So we have Rider, I have Evolution, 1 land. Am I supposed to mulligan this? I think I'm going to keep it. It's not ideal. Like, I completely get that. Opponent with a mulligan to 4. Reveal ley line. Bauble. Darkslick Shores. Cookbook. They draw off Bauble. Powder. Exactly what I needed here. So, admittedly, in this specific hand, Abundant Harvest would be better than Powder. But I think throughout the course of this league, you've seen how good Powder is. Alright, so Saga, that represents a clock to them getting Needle. It is what it is. And another Cookbook. Draw. Okay. So I could play out the Rider, but if it dies, I'd feel like a real idiot. I think I'm just going to pass. Saga moves up to 2. Draw. I think I'm just going to discard the Serum Powder. I really don't want to expose my Rider if I don't have to. And they do get Needle. Naming Griselbrand. And they found the Daredevil. Okay. Draw. Alright. I'm just going to, well, no, I'm not. I'm just going to pass. Because the reason that I don't want to do this is if I draw an untapped blue source, I can use Offer to cast Evolution. but it requires me to counterspell my own rider with the Pact. So I don't think that's a play I want to make. Draw. Let's attempt to gain some life, I guess. If they want to counterspell that, cool. Just making tons of food. Yep. Bobble. Alright, so our opponent's going up to 5 cards. So I hit the blue source. So the problem, like, I can go all in on trying to put Griselbrand onto the table. If our opponent has any sort of interaction, I actually lose to a mulligan of 4. But that might be the case anyway. Because if you think about it, so let's say I wait a turn, I draw a land, I play Rider, I cast Evolution, and they counterspell it. It puts me in a weird spot. So I think I'm just going to go for broke here and attempt to do things my way. So I'm going to pact my own Rider and then tap this for a blue, offer the Pact. And if our opponent has any interaction, we lose to a mulligan of 4. Like, I get it, but it's how the card's played out. And it looks like they have a Metallic Rebuke. Ooh, Fluster. I was not expecting that one. All right, so we lost. Game 3. I wonder if on the play I want Chancellors. Potentially get around those Flusters. We didn't see Thoughtseize, although I do know that those decks sometimes play it. Maybe I just get rid of the ley lines. Alright, I'm just going to try this out. Game 3 on the play versus Hell's Kitchen, or whatever you like to call these cookbook decks nowadays. Alright, so we have Rider, we have Pact, we have Evolution. I think this is a keep. Once again, we need land or mana number 3. We did lose a game where we needed land 3. I guess I have this turn timber, so another green card would be nice. Alright, Waterlogged Grove past the turn. Swamp. And this is the game where I get Thoughtseized. Ugh. Although I don't have Chancellor in hand, and I think I would have kept this even if Leyline was in my deck. They're going to take the Evolution. Alright, Evolution down. Draw. Okay, so I'm likely to use the Waterlogged Grove on their turn to dig a little bit deeper. We found a replacement land. Is this another Thoughtseize? Okay, Cookbook. They have the Daredevil. No land. Interesting. Draw card. Another Pact. We need a Neoform. Wonder if I should just start beating down here. Makes me better against Thoughtseize as well. Ooh, I think I was actually supposed to play Turn Timber there and not the Gemstone. Small mistake. Because this way, if I get Thoughtseized, I still have land 3 in case I draw Evolution. Drum. Alright. Draw. Another Rider. Screw it. We're going to play Rider. Beat down. Get in for 3. Opponent using Cookbook. Discards Ledger Shredder. Interesting that they didn't just discard Daredevil. Or am I thinking of a different game? No, I swear I saw Daredevil. They're adding a black mana. This for Asmo. Unearth. Okay, that would make more sense now. Getting back the Shredder. Shredder's pretty cool in this deck. Come on, Neoform. Nope. Get in there. One's at 9. Another Shredder down. Using Cookbook. Daredevil. Ooh, and there goes both my riders. I am dead. That's brutal. That's rough. Okay. So we went 2 and 3 in this league, which is not great. Not great at all. I'm just gonna concede here. I'm dead. So, I mean, we had multiple turns here to draw into something. It just didn't happen. So we went 2-3. My thoughts on the deck list. I think it's really close. I like Serum Powder. Some of you might be watching this and going like, Abundant Harvest would have been better. Possibly, but I feel like Serum Powder does more what this deck wants to do with leveraging the London Mulligan and a bunch of other things. I'd love to talk about this, so if you have thoughts, please put them in the comment section. Like, I want to hear them. Offer is less important when you have Druid, but like you saw match 5 game 1, it still helps accelerate you into the win really quickly. It is a pseudo protection spell. I don't think you need Summoner's Pact number 2 or Veil of Summer on the board. I just don't know it should be there. I really don't. So I'm struggling with those. I do like Foundation Breaker and Boseiju. Obviously, Foundation Breaker and Boseiju don't answer Magus of the Moon, but neither does Will, and that's what was there previously. So that's what I've got. I'm sorry that I only went 2 and 3, but I really like Serum Powder, but I don't know. I could be wrong about it. Maybe I just have the blindness of new card I'm testing love. That's all I've got. I'm rambling. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate you. Take care. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.